So they're even using Dracula to convince people to get the vaccine. So I'm just in Brasov bus station 2, about to take the bus to Bran Castle, also known as Dracula's Castle. There's my bus. So if you are coming here from Brasov, you need to go to Brasov train station and get a bus, a 23 bus from there to bus station 2. So keep that in mind. It's not as easy as it sounds. It's an old bus. It's an old trans bus. Anyways, I don't think we'll be on this for too long. It's about 30 kilometers out of Brasov. So I thought the best way to go to Bran Castle or Dracula's Castle would be from here, from Brasov. And then later on today I'll go to Sighișoara. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apparently it's the nicest town in all of Romania, at least in all of Transylvania. That. Just coming into the town of Bran here. The bus took about 45 minutes, but here we are. I mean, from this angle it does look like the way you'd see it in the film, yeah? We walk up through the town here. No way, please do not tell me that is a line to get tickets. Just bought a ticket online. The lad working in the shop told me I can just skip the queue now, so we'll see. I mean, he'd be some man if he lied to me. But why doesn't everyone get it online? This doesn't make sense. Let's see. Hopefully this works now. The old mask on. Yeah, thank you. Just walked past about, must have walked past 200 people there. 45 lei is about, what's 45 lei? I'll work it out, I'll write it in the bottom. So as I stroll up to the castle here, I'll tell you a bit of the history. The reason why it's so famous for all these tourists is because of its connection to Dracula, but not the Romanian Vlad the Impaler Dracula, but Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, Count Dracula. Bram Stoker saw, they believe Bram Stoker saw an illustration of this castle in a book of Transylvania. It was a book of illustrations from Transylvania, and he saw this castle and he thought that would be perfect for my novel, for Count Dracula, the vampire's castle. And so the way he described the castle, they reckon this is the only one that it could be. It matches up, but as you can see, this one is not crumbling, no clanking, no chains, none of that. Yeah, but they reckon this is the only one that really matched up with it, so we'll see. And Vlad the Impaler, or Vlad Dracula, has nothing to do with this castle. Bram Stoker did base his character Count Dracula loosely on Vlad the Impaler, who was a king here in the 15th century. He was quite gruesome, but he's kind of a hero here, really. And Vlad the Impaler, basically, any of the invading forces like the Ottoman Turks or the Hungarians, any of them that he would catch or kill, he would impale them on stakes surrounding his country on all the fields. So all of the retrieving forces or the would-be invaders would see all of these men impaled on stakes, and it scared the life out of them, you know. So he got that name as a very bloody leader. I'm sure there are many reasons why he was that way. Like his father was decapitated, who was also a king here, Vlad Dracula, and his brother had his eyes gouged out and was buried alive. 1 o'clock. At 4 o'clock I have a train to Sigishora, so I have to be back in Brasov. Can't stick around here too long. I don't need to be waiting for this. So it turns out this is the exit. I'm just going to go in the exit here. See if this is working out well so far. When you're going in an exit, just go this way, pretend you're just leaving and you have to go back for something in case someone's there to stop you. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, I'm in the castle. That worked. Just went around the back door and through the exit. Yeah, so this castle, nothing to do with Dracula. It was actually owned by Queen Marie. So basically, if you're going to go around this castle, you're going to be looking at Queen Maria's old clothes and furniture and everything. Very ghostly looking dress there. Jesus, you wouldn't want to be seeing that walking around during the night around here, would you? The dining room. Nice, all freshly painted. Here's the view. Ooh. Hello from Dracula's castle, or Bran Castle. When you think of Dracula's castle, you probably imagine something more like this. Very nice. Nice view up here. Trying to scare us now. So for the Bram Stoker fans, you can see they've added some of the vampire Count Dracula stuff, you know. I mean, it is an old beautiful castle, so it is something that I'd imagine a lot of tourists would come to anyways. But the whole town is really based on Bram Stoker's novel. You can, you know, the medieval vampires and all. Alright, that didn't end well, did it? There's Mary and Jesus, a couple of legends. Here's the bedroom, the master bedroom. King Ferdinand's bedroom. There's the sun. That worked out pretty well by getting the ticket online and then walking in the back door. You can always do these things, you know, a little, just think outside the box, walk around, suss it out. Make things easier for yourself. There's the exit down there, alright. That was nice, nice little experience. I'm doing okay for time. I think I can still catch my train to Sigishora. I also probably have time to put the drone up. Let's see if I can find a good spot. Two girls there that are still in the line that were standing there earlier when I was coming in. So if there's anything you can get from this video, it's how to get in fast. The side of it, yeah. So the description in the Bram Stoker novel I think it's this side of the castle, you know, with all the rocks coming down up on the hill. That was the description. And of all the castles in Transylvania, this is the only one that matched up. So there's no clear evidence. He never stated himself that it was based on this castle. But fair play to the Romanian government. Some good marketing there. Definitely. They've based the whole town's economy on an Irishman's novel. Hey. So they're even using Dracula to convince people to get the vaccine. Vaccine centres all over the place here. So now at the gardens, or the park at the bottom of the castle. Seems to be a very popular school trip for Romanian kids. You can definitely see why they call it Dracula's Castle. Have you seen the film? It's a brilliant film. Gary Oldman playing Dracula. A very underrated film, I believe. Also Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, another film I think is very underrated. Two great horror movies based on great books, great novels. As I'm leaving the town of Bran Castle, I should add, the myth of vampires does come from this part of the world. From around like the 12th, 13th century, there's a lot of stories of vampires in the area. So Bram Stoker did take the vampire story as well as Vlad the Impaler. And everything comes from something, doesn't it? So a lot of his ideas, he must have been fascinated with this part of the world. Here's the town of Bran. I'm going to figure out how to get this bus back to Brasov. So lastly, the bus back to Brasov from Bran is supposed to come every hour on the hour. This one came 45 minutes late, so be careful if you're like me and you need to catch a train. You want to be making sure you leave in good time. So we'll leave it at that, yeah? Looks like I'll make it.